So I think I've decided that the platform that he's going to stand on is going to be 2 feet wide, 24 inches, or some amount of centimeters, if you're British. So I'm going to just mark this off. Right now, if it went, let's see, this is about 1 inch foam. Okay, here's the deal. I could stack up several layers of these to get the depth that I want, or I could just go back to the hardware store and get a 3-inch one, and then I could just do it twice instead of making 6 of these. So I'm gonna stop for now, but don't worry. Not stopping for you, only for me. I will be back. I won't even be back. I'm just going to keep going. To you, perceptually, in your existential state of mind, I will just keep going, like I never stopped. Alright, back from the hardware store. The traffic was terrible. It took me, what, like 3.5 weeks just to get there and back. So, but here's what I got. These. This is a product that's called wood. It comes from trees, some kind of trees, not all kind of trees. And I got this to make this base, so that when I plug this guy in, he'll be very stable. See how stable it is? Okay. And the other thing I got is thicker foam. So once I drill the holes in here, I'll put this around the side and it'll be all groovy, trust me. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get these things stuck together. I'm going to use this product called a screw. This thing here is called a lobotomy drill. You can get it in any lobotomy warehouse, any place that specializes in medical gear specifically for lobotomies. I don't have very long screws, so I'm having to make a, I don't know what that's called, some kind of inset hole thing, so that I can screw it down deeper in. Okay, now I have the pieces together. Now I'm going to start drilling the hole all the way through for the feet. Alright, hole 1 of about 20 done. It's going to take a little bit. Get ready for fast forward. Okay, so I had to run to the hardware store again. Traffic was much better, only 3.5 seconds this time. So my other hand drill wasn't working out. What did I say, hardware store? I meant lobotomy store. I needed a new lobotomy drill. This one with a cord. So yeah, I was using this guy to drill holes and doing all sorts of dangerous things that you should never do. So don't do those things that you saw me do. Any of them. Ever. Now I have to find a place to plug this in. Oh, feel that power. Okay, where was I? Oh, okay, so while I'm talking to you, let me explain a few things. So originally I was going to stack these boards together and drill in, and it was just not working out for me. Look at all these sad little drill holes. So then I came upon the idea of just standing them upright. And so that's what I started doing. These are gonna stand up and the leg's gonna go in there and slot all the way down through the platform, so it'll have plenty of length for the stability. And yes, so now what I'm going to be doing is getting these guys stuck into place so that when I stick the feet in, there will be a final sort of perfectly fit slot that they will go down into. Hey. Alright, so here's what I'm doing now. I've got the base very secure. It can slide in and out with relative ease. Right, so that's pretty ugly base, so now I want to make it pretty. So the way I'm going to do that is by surrounding this with a nice cylindrical thing, and because I want it to be lightweight, I've already got all the structure that I need with the wood, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm using this stuff, and to make a nice round surface, I've got this secondary spinning beginning. I think I built this just by getting a spinning beginning mechanism at the spinning beginning store, and I just screwed this screw in there. So basically I have a turntable. So I'm finding the center-ish. And now I can rotate this around and cut it as I go. And the way I'm going to cut it is with this hot wire. I think it's hot. I don't know, I've never touched it. It's some kind of a wire. Okay, now what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna tape this to this little pipe that I fastened there with duct tape. It's super fancy. And then just kind of turn it. But the corners aren't gonna fit all the way through until I cut them off. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut off the corners. Did I turn it on? It is on. Is it plugged in? It is plugged in. Well, if this was working, that's what I would do. I have a backup. It's not going to work as well. Ah, okay. That's kind of working. The thing I hate about this straight one is it just takes forever compared to the wire. But lucky for you, I have a fast forward button. You know, it's really cool. I just realized the whole reason I'm cutting these corners off is because I was planning on using that better tool. And now that I can't use that better tool, and I have to use this crappy one, there's really no reason to cut these corners off because I can just do the whole circle in one go. Does that mean I'm going to stop cutting off this corner though? No, still doing it. Why? It's a very interesting principle. It's called this thing. I'll show it to you. I just realized I don't have a surface to put on here, which means I either run to the hardware store for a third time, I mean the little botany store, or I just salvage stuff I have here. I got this nice framed poster that my mommy gave me of, let's see, On a Storyteller's Night by Rodney Matthews. He's one of my favorite artists. Inspired me a lot growing up. But I can always find another frame backing McFeely. This stuff is epoxy sculpt, and it is like that other stuff I was using, but it's more for artistic applications, and so it's got a much longer working time, usually around an hour of good working time, 2 if you push it. It's more economic than getting those little tubes of things because you can get these big tubs. Okay, so once that sets up, I'll have the base done. By done, I mean the armature aspect of it done. The armature itself, I think I'm ready to say that part's done. So next comes the massing or blocking out the overall shape and form, and just making sure that, well, before everything is kind of set in stone around the feet, that the balance, the weight distribution and stuff feels good to me. So I do have a problem. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about it, which is that he's not quite centered on the platform, I guess. It seems like all the weight's going off that way, and I wish he was back a couple inches on the platform. See, one way I could fix it is to tilt the pelvis back, and then he's kind of arching up more. That may or may not lose what I'm trying to achieve, what I liked about the maquette. So I'll think about it some more. I think, I'm not sure yet how hard it would be to move everything back. I think it would just be a matter of recutting the holes inside the base thing. So, alright, so I took a day to think about it. I decided that I'm going to make the big boy decision to do the hard thing and move it back. Way better to do it now than after there's a bunch of sculpture done on it. And the reason being, to sum up from 10 seconds ago in case you forgot, was that where he's standing on the platform, the weight of the sculpture is going forward, and if he's already scooted forward on the platform and he's going off of it, it's just going to be awkward and imbalanced. So here we go. Alright, well, honestly, I have no idea why this happened. I thought I pushed everything back, and for some reason the front leg is still in exactly the same spot it was. And still, when I'm examining the general proportions and the weight distribution, I'm still unhappy with it. So I'm going to attempt, to move it again. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the bulking stage before I move him again, just because I'm having trouble visualizing the bulk, if you will, and I don't want to. I guess what I'm saying is that I will take it far enough in the bulking stage where I'll be able to, but not too far, so that if I do need to move his feet again, I can go back and do that without too much trouble. Okay, one thing that I'm not liking is how far his feet sink in. I don't think that's going to be enough room for his hoof. So I'm going to get down under and raise them up. Raise up the little stanchions or whatever they are that are holding them in place. Alright, well, I feel like I've got it where I'm happy with the armature. I'm going to start the massing process in the next installment. So we'll see you then. Bye. Arrivederci.